All right.
Here we go.
All right. We are back and live from downtown.
From New York,
Once
apparently.
again.
Did you guys get a chance to read that link that, um, or I guess Logan and Brandon both, even though Brandon, you sent the link on Twitter. Did you guys get a chance to read through that interview with Jeff and Mike Bloom?
I have not yet. No, I need to go back and do that.
Oh, nope. That was one of the few things that I recommended to read without actually reading it. So I'm glad you read it, Cole.
Yeah, I skimmed through it. It was some good things. I'm excited for some new little, I don't know, just new little twists, not twists, I guess, but just new little aspects of the game. So, um, yeah. Well, I guess we can hop into it. This is episode 1 of the Merge Feast for season 47 or 40 several, as some of you may know it, for Survivor. So I'm glad to be back with Logan and Brandon. What's up, guys?
How's it
What's up?
going?
Happy to be
Glad to
back.
be back.
Took the summer off. A long wait between 46 and 47, but about to get going and get into this thing.
Man, am I excited.
Yeah, on one hand, it seemed like it took forever to get here, and then the last couple of weeks, it was like, oh my gosh, it is literally a few days away. So this is flying by these last couple of weeks. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. So I don't know where we really want to start. Maybe what we're looking forward to, but for those of you that joined us last season, at the beginning of the season, we did a little bit of a draft. So we don't know anything about these players other than reading through their bios on, was that like, I don't know, Us Weekly or something like that. Um,
Yeah.
enter,
Entertainment
entertain.
Weekly puts out a player bio before every season. So kind of looked into that, and we're going to pick our teams based off of the little information that they gave us there.
So, and I won last season. Kenzie was the winner, and I had her on my team. So I'll take the first pick this year. But I mean, before we do that, I guess I'll kind of say what I am looking forward to this season. I feel like season 45 and 46, even though it was of the new era, was kind of an evolution in the game. I'd be curious to hear your guys' thoughts on that, but uh, I I'm excited to see how 47 evolves that even further. And it really seemed like 45 and 46, like I said, was an evolution, and it was just a totally different style of play than what we have seen in the past. Um, I think some of it is we just got to see more with the 90-minute episodes. I don't want to continue to talk about that, but I know we all loved that. Um, but I'm curious to see how the style of gameplay evolves this season.
Yeah, I feel like in the last season we saw, like you said, almost not necessarily old school play, but like little touches of it, and I'm curious if that'll continue or what that's going to look like. But I think each season always brings something new and something different, and I'm not sure what that's going to be this year, but I'm super excited for to see how it plays out, to see the characters of everybody, to find the kind of the weird players, and I don't know, just everything about it I'm excited for.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to really everything. I think in the new era, especially, they've kind of had two seasons be kind of sister seasons, if that makes sense, where 41 and 42 were similar in a lot of ways. 43 and 44 shared a lot of characteristics, and same with 45 and 46 with just similar twists. And I know that 47 and 48 will probably have a lot of similarities and a lot of new. So I'm excited to see kind of what new and different twists this season in particular brings that we may or may not have seen. I know that there's going to be some stuff that is going to return again. Spoiler alert, I saw that the auction will be back again.
Yup.
It was in 45.
Oh dang.
Didn't bring it back in 46, but it'll be here again in 47. I think we've pretty much all three of us agree that the 90-minute episodes that they started in 45 has been really nothing but positive. So excited to see what kind of stories they can bring into 47 with the 90-minute episodes, because I think 46 in particular shined with the extended episodes, just getting to know each and every one of the characters in a way that we wouldn't have seen in prior seasons. I think 46, those characters, if you will, really shine in them. Excited to see how they expand on that in 47 and beyond.
Yeah, what are your guys' takes on the cast so far, just by reading through their bios? Because for me, when I look back to last season there was a lot of personality, a lot of quirkiness, and just a lot of unique people. Um, at least reading through this, these all seem like, I hate to use the word normal, but a lot more normal, a little more subdued. Um, Almost gives me the vibe of like a little more strategic. And I don't know if you guys thought that way at all, but I don't know. It seems like these players might be playing a little harder than the past season.
Yeah, I think I saw that. I felt that a little bit at least. I do feel like I saw like a commercial on TV at one point, and definitely had some interesting characters. I haven't seen a ton of commercials or anything like that, or like previews, but it's definitely, it seems like a little bit of a different cast. I'll be curious to see if that's truly the way it is after like seeing them rather than just reading it, because personality obviously doesn't always come out in words, but I'll definitely be curious to see if it is what it looks like in the bios.
Yeah, I'm just thinking back to like last season, a couple of the big names like um, Banu, um, Soda, Tevin. Like you had a lot of like just kind of big, kind of funky personalities that I loved. They were awesome for TV. And at least through reading the through the bios, I don't necessarily get that same feeling, but I don't know. We'll see. It looked like a lot of the people are in some sort of like broadcasting podcast, sports announcer kind of vibes. Did you guys notice that?
Yeah, I did notice a lot more media personalities, if you will, and that's not really normal for Survivor. But I'm excited to kind of see where that goes. But yeah, there's a guy that is an esports announcer, so that's not something you see every day.
And then there was a little bit of talk about, and I'm sure we'll get into it as we start picking these people, because we'll kind of highlight a little bit about each one. But a guy by the name of John Lovett, apparently he is a fairly large podcast host. Um, and it
Yeah,
sounds like he's fairly well known. So I don't know. I don't recognize him at all. I didn't
I
notice anything, but I don't
I
know.
thought I saw or read something. Don't quote me on this. That he was a speechwriter for Obama or something too.
Interesting.
So he's
Weird, like
yeah,
Hmm.
definitely interesting. He's just to highlight him a little bit because we're talking about him. Like I noticed he's the co-founder of Vote Save America. I don't know really what that is, but it says it lets people sign up to volunteer, donate, and register voters. So definitely works in the line of politics. And like I said, I think he did something with the Obama administration.
Interesting.
He definitely seems like he's going to be opinionated on this bio that I'm reading. It says, "What is something we would never know from looking at you?" And it says, "Astronaut Buzz Aldrin almost punched me in the face." That's a cool thing.
Well, three words to describe you: opinions for days.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Nice.
And that could get you in trouble on the island. No, that's cool. Just, I think we're gonna have a unique group of people.
Absolutely. Well, I think that's probably a good place to start. If we want to just start our draft and then kind of highlight each person as we pick them.
Yeah,
You guys
draft.
want to let's do since I'm going first, you want me to pick a number between 1 and 100?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. You're just gonna have to trust me that I'm being honest. Let me pick it. All right.
All right, you can pick first, Logan.
47.
48.
Dang, number was 61.
All right. So
All
I'm
right,
going second.
Brandon is going second.
Sweet.
All right. Well, first up, I am going with, get up here. I'm going with Caroline Vidmar.
Okay.
From currently lives in Chicago. She's a strategy consultant. See here, all of them say that it's been their dream to play Survivor since they were, 2 or 5 years old. But she said she resonates with Tori from season 42 and Emily from season 45. I love their honest takes and their insight. And she said, "I'd love to play like D," and her strategy drove the game. So she seems pretty strategic. Could be good, could be bad, but that is my first pick.
Sweet. All right. I am going to go with Taryn TK Foster for my first pick. I was reading about him. He's an athlete marketing manager. 3 words to describe him: spontaneous, genuine, ambitious. I think those are characteristics that you need to have in this game. I think a little bit of being spontaneous is good. Maybe not too much because that can get you in trouble as well. But something that stuck out to me that I think will help him kind of just get through the game. It says what's some life experience that you feel prepared you for the game. And he had, actually, let me read why you want to be part of Survivor, because those two kind of go hand in hand. But it says, "I feel as my entire life has led me to this moment to take on a challenge. From my dad going to prison at a very young age to being diagnosed with kidney disease that almost killed me in high school. Since I was born, I've been beating the odds. This beautiful game gives me a chance to do that again." So that really stuck out to me. And like I said, he said beating his kidney disease helped him prepare for the game, learned how to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, experienced living in the ICU for 2 months. That experience put him in a mental state that he said couldn't be drained. So I think somebody that's been through what he's been through makes me feel like he's up for this challenge. So Taryn's my first pick.
I like it.
For my first pick, I think I am going to go with Gabe Ortiz. Ortiz, or yeah, however, I guess Ortiz. He is a radio show host, and just kind of looking through here, I think the three words to describe himself is opportunistic, resourceful, and blunt. I think being blunt can sometimes get people in some trouble just if they come out too strong with that, but I also think that can be a positive side of like attribute to have. And so kind of being out there of what you're wanting, what you want to do, making it clear. And then seems like he's a pretty athletic guy. He's a big snowboarder. And the last thing I really kind of noticed here was, why will you be the sole survivor? He says, I can read people better than anyone I know. And if I get an idol, I'm playing it. So, two good things there, I guess you could say. But yeah, I'm going to go with Gabe. Oh, who do I want to go with next? My next one, I'm going to go with Sam Phelan. He is from Tennessee. He is a sports reporter. And one of the things that kind of stuck out was he is a big trivia guy. So I think he could be pretty decent in like just remembering things to whether it be in a trivia game, or just, I feel like sometimes people that are good with trivia are good with puzzles and different things like that, and then works out. So being athletic, but I think I'm gonna go with Sam.
Sweet. Okay. I, for my second pick, I'm going to go with Rachel Lamont. 3 words to describe her: down to earth, bubbly, determined. I don't even know what bubbly means, but I know that down to earth is 3 words. So I guess she has.
I didn't even think of that. It was
She has 5
hyphenated.
words. Yeah. But I just thought that was funny. But no, I liked her reason. Why will you be the sole survivor? I think I'm good at reading people's motivations and desires, which you need in order to pander to a jury, make fast friends, and tend to gain people's trust quickly. Sort of a Goldilocks. Don't really know what that means. Not too weak, but not too physical. Smart, but not the smartest in the room. Socially well off, but never the leader or figurehead. I'll ride the middle to victory. I think having that mindset of not coming into the game and like, I'm going to dominate every phase of the game and be the best at everything and play this perfect game. I think having kind of this humble mindset of, I think I can get there by playing the middle, not being the worst in the room, but maybe not being the best, letting other people be the threat and be the spotlight while I slowly get there. I think some people play that really well. And I'm excited to see if that's something that she will do.
All right. I'm going to go with Rome Cooney. Cooney. We're going to go with Cooney. He is an esports commentator, charismatic, entertaining, cutthroat. I don't know. I have a feeling that could come back to bite him, but he does seem like he's going to be a big personality, and I like that in Survivor. Let's see here. Said life experience that's prepared him to play the game. He said he's fully torn his Achilles. So that's the greatest pain you can feel aside from childbirth, and there's no amount of pain or suffering that I won't be able to get through. Loves playing video games while listening to podcasts. There was something else in here. Oh, What is something we would never know from looking at you? He has not eaten a vegetable other than corn in over 2 decades.
Nice.
Coolest that ever. I love that. And he
That's
said he wants to
insane.
be the next host of Survivor when Jeff retires. That is a huge aspiration and very big shoes to fill. So if he can live up to that level, I think he's got a good shot.
All right. You again, Blake.
Let's see. This 2 in a row is.
It's a little tricky.
I'm going to go with Kyle Otzwald. For the only reason it says, which previous player do you identify with the most, and who do you think you'll play the most like? It says the player I identify with the most is probably Jesse from season 43, and he was one of my all-time favorite players, maybe my favorite player in the modern era. So I think for that reason alone, I am going with Kyle.
Yeah, I liked Kyle.
Nice.
I noticed him as well, and yeah, I'd agree. Jesse's one of the probably 5 best new era players.
Yeah.
So good pick. I'm gonna go with John Lovett. I think his career in politics and his ability to talk and probably do convincing and schmooze people and get people to agree with him probably go a long way for him. So I'm picking John Lovett.
I like it. For my next pick, I am going to go with Anika Dahar. The 3 words to describe her: exuberant, curious, and calculated. I think the why will you be the sole survivor? I'm just going to kind of read that. I thought it laid it out pretty well. I'm an all-around player. I'm an extrovert who can also listen and remember very well. I can get people to open up about themselves comfortably. Strategically, I will make my small moves, such as keeping the camp clean, looking natural when I'm actually putting in the work. When I make big moves, I won't boast about them. I'm flexible and can adapt to various situations in life. 2 skills necessary in this game. I'm a natural problem solver, no challenge beast, but I do love a good puzzle. I am able to manipulate and deceive with a smile on my face. However, most importantly, I believe in my intuition. I will outwit, outplay, and outlast my competitors. So, at one point, she talked about kind of being able to persuade people like Parvati and different things like that. So I'm going with her. For my next pick, I am going to go with Solomon. He says witty, friendly, and then lucky. It's always nice to have luck on your side. Previous player would you most identify with? And it says Gabler, both in medical sales, and we both have a strong ability to build bonds, self-awareness. So being able to think and be strategic, I think, would be obviously very, very beneficial in this game. So I'm going with him.
So I am going to pick Andy Rauda for my 4th pick. He's an AI research assistant. He seems like a very techie, smart guy, kind of a number cruncher, just information type of person. So I like him. I think he's going to be able to think quickly on his feet. Couple things that stood out to me. What will you value in an alliance partner? I want someone who's not willing to win at all costs and is susceptible to true loyalty. Need this person to want to take me to the end, even if they're not sure they can beat me. This can either be moral compass they bring in the game or because they love me that much. So I think he has plans to try to get people to follow him and maybe be a leader. And I think there's some people in this game that don't want to be leaders, and he could be somebody that they go to, and he kind of leads an alliance. And some things, his pet peeves were kind of funny to me. So he's language prescriptivists, people walking directly behind me, and cherry pick statistics. I relate to those a little bit. I think language, like people that are, grammar Nazis, for lack of a better term, are annoying. Like, we all know what you're trying to say. We don't need to correct everybody all the time. People walking directly behind you, give me some space. I get that. Cherry pick stats. People do that all the time in sports, where they just pick a stat that fits their narrative that really makes no sense at all without any context. So I'm with it.
I'm going to go with Kishan Patel. He is an ER doctor. And so I think just from that alone, when you're in a stressful situation, being able to stay calm, cool, and collected and make decisions, I think he'd be, I don't know, I could see him being kind of a leader, but not necessarily like the main person. Pet peeves: slow walkers, loud chewers, and thinking salt and pepper are seasoning. That's pretty funny. Let's see here. Something we would never know from looking at you, despite usually being a well-planned, cautious, and articulate person. I randomly will swing the pendulum too far and be super spontaneous. I did a last-minute solo trip to Guatemala to hike a volcano, went skydiving, and joined a competitive dance team in college, all spontaneously. I also applied to be on Survivor on a whim, and here we are now. And now I'm between two. Let's see here.
Better not pick mine.
Well,
Better not pick mine.
I apologize because I'm going to go with Genevieve.
Dang it. Whatever.
She's a corporate lawyer.
She's going to lose anyway.
Probably. Energetic, friendly, organized. The organization, I think, will be key. Let's see here. Something we would never know from looking at you. Wear my heart on my sleeve, which I feel like people will be able to see that, but okay. And thoughts on my face. Plus, I talk a lot. So if you met me, you get to know me pretty quickly. Says I connect easily with others, so they won't hate living with me. I'm very objective, focused out here. Nothing will stop me from doing what I think needs to be done to further my game. Killer instincts, or killer instinct vibes in Fiji for me.
Awesome. All right, my next pick is...
Don't do it.
Well, we'll see. My next pick is Sue Smay. So, first thing that stuck out to me, Sue is 59, and I think she's the oldest contestant in this season. I think she's going to be the mother of the group. She has that vibe, which being the mother of the group tends to get you pretty far in the game. But what I really focused on when I was reading about her was, what's one life experience you feel has prepared you for the game? So she says, I grew up spending my summers on an island with generations of family. We were poor, no drinking water, no hot showers, no heat. Had to schlep to the water well with jugs for water, jump in the river to bathe, start a fire for cold days. Grandparents only had an outhouse. This experience is far worse, but I have an idea of what to expect. So I think just from the survival standpoint, and the fact that I think she has the mother of the group archetype kind of written all over her, I think she's going to do really well today. I mean, this season, today. On to you, Logan. And sorry if I took yours.
No, you're good. You did not. For my next pick, I'm going to go with Tiana Halumbus.
Dang it.
She is a flight attendant. She's from Hawaii and currently lives in Hawaii. Adventurous, multi-passionate, funny. Why would you want to be part of Survivor? And it says, OMG, why don't I want to be part of Survivor? I love challenging myself. I want to see who I am when everything is stripped away from me. I want to afford to thrive in Hawaii as a native Hawaiian, support my family, show people Hawaii is more than just aloha spirit. Just love this game. She was a D1 athlete, played volleyball for Gonzaga, and it just seems like she's pretty active, great personality, and I think could be a good one. So for my final pick, I think, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
I am gonna go with Aisha Welch, and she is an IT consultant. She has been watching Survivor since she was young with her mom. So kind of like a lot of other people out there, just has always been around it. Players that you would most identify with would be Suri. So being able to personally connect with all different kinds of people, ability to form relationships. And so that is very, very big in this. And a big thing that is a value for her would be loyalty. Obviously, that's everybody's want in this game, just depending on if you're going to get it. So that is my final pick.
Sweet. All right, for my final pick, and Blake, well, I guess I'll give you your final pick by default. But my final pick is Teeny Chirichillo. I'm sure I butchered that, but so I think we're gonna have a really strong social game here. Just reading through the bio, a lot of like, I'm a people person and people like me. So I think we could maybe see some sort of Kinsey-esque game. What will you value in an alliance? As far as abilities, I'll look for intelligence, ability to do mental math I can't do, tendency to enjoy gossiping. So obviously wanting to be with somebody smart, ability to do mental math I can't do. So maybe finding people that kind of cover up weaknesses that you don't have. And then tendency to enjoy gossiping. I took that more as being able to get information out of people without really having to work for it, because you have somebody in your alliance that's just going to spill it anyway. So I like that. That stuck out to me.
So that leaves me with who my pick would have been, which is Sierra White. Last but certainly not least. She is a nurse. Says she's ambitious, intuitive, and a hoot. So I think hopefully she is somebody that is fun to be around and not obnoxious. But I think she'll be a fun one to be around. Seems like she goes 150% at anything. I think in here it says there's no such thing as 100% in my book, always 150% or nothing. There's a piece in here. What do you value in an alliance partner? It says, I value laughter and a good time. We are freaking stranded on an island, stripped of everything or stripped of anything. We better be making the most of it. Show me you're genuine and trustworthy, and we'll dominate out here together. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with my team. So, or my tribe, I guess.
Yeah, I built a winning tribe.
There you go. I am excited.
Except I think I'm the only person here that knows what a winning tribe looks like.
Yeah, we all know that Charlie got robbed last season, so all right.
Weren't you the first that had to pick a new winner though? Like,
Yeah,
Hey,
you did pick like yeah. Thanks for that reminder, Logan.
wait, hold on. I didn't even. Yeah, but my like winner pick wasn't even on my tribe, so
Oh, so
I don't think anybody picked somebody that was actually on their tribe. But my tribe definitely had the winner in it. So I'm just saying, we'll see. We'll see. It's a whole new
so
season.
you're saying that Logan should have gone first in this draft. Is that what I'm getting at?
No.
Hmm. That's okay because last season was last season. This season is this season, and I'm winning.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
You like
Thank you
that?
for stating the obvious.
Write that down, boys.
That was
Brilliant.
There's more where
well
that came from. Well, do you want to get into some changes? Vague details on changes?
yeah. So we've talked about this a little bit, but I think a lot of this season is going to be the same for us and the structure of the show, but we want to try and do some new things as well. So don't expect it for every week to sound the exact same. We may have some surprise episodes here and there. Uh, do a few more segments. Talk about just some different things than just recapping the episode. So definitely make sure you tune in and give us your feedback. We're still, we want this to continue to evolve and want to have fun with it. And yeah, so look forward to hearing from everybody that tunes in on what they think and what we can change and if they have any ideas to share with us too. So
I hope people are excited and enjoy it because from what we've kind of gone through and all, I'm really excited for the change, and I think it'll be a positive. So I hope it gets received that way, but I'm definitely excited.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a lot of good things in store for 47. And I mean, I know that they've put together a good season for us. So I'm ready to go. 3 days out.
it's true. It's what Wednesday. What date is that?
The 18th, I believe.
Yep, Wednesday
September
the
18th.
Yes, we got Survivor every week until mid-December, starting on Wednesday.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I know I talk about this all the time, but my wife and I are currently watching Big Brother, and I've just not necessarily enjoyed this season as much as past seasons. And I think part of that is because I am just so looking forward to Survivor. And so now that that's here, I am pumped. And has anything happened in the off season from the previous winner or previous cast members? Um, I feel like I've seen a couple things, but nothing that really stood out. I wasn't sure if we wanted to talk about kind of the previous winner or any of those cast members. Have they done anything in the off season that we need to be aware of?
There hasn't been anything come up that I've seen. I know they were all kind of still going after each other after the season wrapped, but that lasted no more than like 2 weeks. But I haven't really seen anything outside of that.
'Cause that was Charlie and Maria that were having that pretty much had a falling out, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's Charlie and Maria, Q and Venus.
Venus.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, it's a whole thing going on, and a lot of it, the Q and Venus stuff, it was more like, I think, trying to stay relevant after the season wrapped. But I mean, the way that society works now, people move on pretty quick.
Yeah.
So you're not on our TV every week. We don't really care anymore.
I'm
but-
still waiting for the link to buy a Q skirt.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's gotta get that going. But I think the Charlie and Maria stuff, because one thing we didn't do was really have kind of a season decompression episode, and I think that's something we should do after this season wraps.
Yeah,
Kinda-
absolutely.
but I think the Charlie and Maria stuff is super unfortunate. Charlie and Maria had what seemed like an unbreakable bond on the island, and what looked like a lifelong friendship that was being formed that seemed to go south based on Maria's jealousy. It's kind of the way that I interpreted it, of I should be sitting in that seat, not you. She said all day long, Kinsey convinced me that she should be the sole survivor after she won fire. And I don't think anybody bought that. And she kind of changed her story around a couple times, telling Charlie what happened. So this isn't I'm not wanting this to be a Maria bashing session, but just seemed like somebody who honestly I put in like high regard and played one of the best games in the new era, especially maybe ever, that just kind of crumbled based off of envy, jealousy, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Well, and I think Charlie handled that whole situation really, really well, but the court of public opinion did not find Maria in their good graces, and Charlie definitely came out pretty unscathed on that, and probably kind of the favorite of the season. He's probably who I've seen the most on social media, just posting with fans of Survivor, and I don't know. He was somebody who really found himself in the game, and I don't know. I think he could be. I think he could be a big voice for Survivor, honestly. So, and I would have thought the same for Maria, but pretty much everybody did not like the way she handled that.
Unfortunate. It really is.
Yeah. I think the 47 or the 46 cast in general was just more active on social media during the season than I think I've ever seen before.
Yeah.
I think a lot of them borderline breaking NDAs that they signed. Mostly Venus, but I liked seeing the interaction during the season from the cast. So I hope that kind of continues, maybe with maybe less messy this time around.
Yeah.
But I thought that was fun to kind of have the banter back and forth while we're all watching the show together.
Absolutely. And I'm totally with you. I think we do need a season decompression episode, and just kind of a recap, and where does everybody now, and what do we think of the winner, that kind of stuff. So definitely stay tuned for that.
Next step is to watch the first episode of season 47.
I like it. We will talk to you guys again on Friday. So episode is out on Wednesday the 18th. We will talk to you guys Friday the 20th, and look forward to it. I think we'll call this one a wrap. And do we want to continue to have you saying goodbye, Logan?
Yeah,
that's up to you guys.
Well, hey Brandon, you should say goodbye, Logan.
Say goodbye, Logan.
Goodbye, Logan.
Oh, that's me. Hold on.